got in Puerto Rico 3 years ago.
Do not book your car with them.
All of a sudden, we hear ba, 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 like,
and I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, this is it, because I'm out in the ocean by myself.
Don't book Airbnb no more, because it was literally giving Barbarian. Have y'all seen Barbarian? Beauties, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sandy, and welcome back to another episode of The World is Ghetto. Yes, y'all, welcome back to another episode. We're taking it to the streets of Puerto Rico, y'all. And for those who don't know, it's a country in the Caribbean island, but it is under the U.S. territory. What this means is that Donald Trump is the president of Puerto Rico. Now that we got that out the way, so like we always do in all our vacation videos, we just go and see other different perspective. Like I've seen in the previous videos, people like, oh my god, this is not how it is. Okay, yes, I know that's not how it is, and I can't accommodate everyone's experience. We're just doing these videos for educational purposes. So that's the same thing with Puerto Rico. We're taking it to Puerto Rico. We see what goes on when we go on vacation there, because some of us have never been there, but we want to be way more prepared and have a better experience, because some of us are not just gonna wait and have the experience so that we can come back on TikTok and report it. No, we're actually learning from these experiences so that we can have better vacations. You feel me? So that's just what it is. So like we always do, I want to tell you to make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell. That's a big one too. Post notification bell, so that every time I drop, you get fast dibs like always. So without further ado, I hope you get comfortable, you got what you need to get you on and popping for this tea, and let's get right into it.
I need you to get out of the woman's restroom.
Are you done yet?
I need you to get out of the woman's restroom.
Why are you violating my privacy, Mr. JetBlue?
Okay?
Why are you violating my privacy, Mr. JetBlue?
I need you to go out.
story time of the most traumatic experience of all our lives at our best friend's bachelorette party this weekend that made us come home early and just leave the entire island. It's Friday. We had a fun pool and beach day. We had a private chef dinner that night. Amazing services. The chefs were so nice. We used a tour company called Fix a Tour Puerto Rico. Can't say better things about them. So whatever. They end. We're all just hanging on the second floor. It was a 3-foot villa. One of the girls was like, I'm super tired. We're gonna go bust the walls. Like Saturday was like our big day. So she's like, I'm gonna go downstairs to sleep. I need to get some rest for tomorrow. Thank God. One of the other girls was like, I'll go with you. So 8 of us stayed on the second floor of the Airbnb. We're casually drinking, thankfully, just hanging, listening to music, having a good time. Again, we're all together. Like everything, there's some things that were going wrong like before, but we thought nothing of it because we just love being together and we're having so much fun. So whatever, we're all sitting on the couch. All of a sudden we hear Papa. One of the girls was like, fireworks. Again, we are in La La Land because we are just so happy to be together. We're all having so much fun. All of a sudden we hear ba, 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 like 50 rounds of shots, and it sounded like it was like right in front of our Airbnb. We all get up from the couch terrorized for our life, as anyone would be. We're all looking at each other like, go to the back of the kitchen. We're all like crouching down, sprinting to the back of the kitchen because there was like this like secret closet kind of that we didn't even know was there. And it's too many of us. I don't know at one point like who got separated with who, but 3 other girls stayed in the closet. 5 of us went into this like room, but there's a huge window. We're like, oh my god, they're gonna see us. So we go into the guest bathroom and then we like lock ourselves in because you could lock it like 2 ways. We're all sitting in silence, like shaking profusely. Like, I have never seen all of us like so scared at once, and it was like the worst feeling in the world. I speak Spanish, so I'm calling the police. I'm like, we're at an Airbnb, there's shots outside, there's 10 girls, we are so scared, we don't know what to do, please send help, please send help. The police are like, oh, we already got that complaint, thanks. Oh, I'm like, are you kidding me? Trying to get a hold of everyone. It's like 12:30, 1 a.m. texting the Airbnb people, texting everyone. The only people, mind you, they had no reason to answer were the chefs that I was so desperate that I texted everyone that I was in contact with in Puerto Rico. They're like, please stay inside, like you guys are safe. Just don't say anything, don't speak. If anything, if you hear anyone inside, call me. Well, we're gonna try. They owe us nothing, by the way. The girls are trying to call the police. We made friends with the ladies at the Airbnb next door, and then they text one of the girls, as they're knocking at your door, we hear noise, which freaked us out more, because we're like, we're locked away. The girls downstairs are like, are you guys trying to get in? Which again freaked us out even more, because then it just made it seem like someone was trying to get in and we don't know what's happening because we're all hiding. We're texting the girls downstairs like, don't leave your rooms, like stay there, we don't know what's happening. Of course they're freaking out. Everyone's trying to get in contact with the police, which that was, I don't know what that was. All the police were like whispering. Of course we don't know if anyone's like in this house at one point, and the police was like, you guys don't have to whisper, speak loudly. At one point they told one of the girls to go outside and check if there's someone outside. We're like, absolutely not. It was like impossible. They kept just being rude about it, and like looking back, like God forbid something happened, the police were so extremely unhelpful of that situation, telling us to go outside while we are fearing for our lives because there's shot outside and we don't know if someone is inside. It's crazy. At what point we're still like hiding, like texting in the group chat, like what do we do, like we don't know what to do at this point. What is our next course of action? At one point we hear like somewhat not rattling, but like we heard something followed up with Bluetooth connected because of the speaker. We already turned off all our music, so of course my brain was like, oh my god, we had so many people in our Airbnb today because we had like a murky pool. Our power went out multiple times, so we had like people coming in and out to fix things. So of course my brain is like, we just had so many people in this Airbnb. What if it's someone that has already been in this house and they saw 10 young girls in this Airbnb and they're coming back to do something? I don't know, like best case scenario they rob us. And when I heard Bluetooth connect, I'm like, oh my god, someone that's been in here is in here right now. And we're all like, stop, like everyone shut up, like not even a whisper, just all of us like this, shaking in so much terror. That happens, we are like waiting it out. The police finally get there, like, oh, we passed the Airbnb, we see nothing, so whatever, we left. We are at this point begging the police to come inside our gate, which is another thing. When we get there, the gate wasn't locking, so I text that Airbnb host like, hey, the gate doesn't lock, and he's like, hey there, yeah, it doesn't lock. Like, that should have been the flag again. There was so many like missed things that I wish went differently, but still that was crazy. So we're telling the police like, go inside and grab us and make sure that everything's okay. We made them like do like so many rounds of like just searching the area. They had to come get us because we just didn't want to leave the room. Of course we don't know what's happening, and I can't emphasize enough, like we are girls, we see things so much differently. And it was just like literally like an hour and a half of pure panic, of thinking of every situation in the past and being like, what do we do? Like, what's our next course of action? It was like such a helpless moment, and it was so terrifying. So we were like, and the most mind-boggling part of this all is that we are explaining it to people there, and everyone's kind of like, I like the culture is crazy. We can promise you that nothing has ever happened. Your promise means nothing. Thank you so much. Just go out into the ocean and shoot random gunshots just for fun, or gangs are letting them know, like a sign or whatever. But like we kept saying like, okay, like we are girls, we don't know what's happening. There were so many thoughts that were going through our head on, there was every single storyline and book and headline and news article and movie and docu-series and true crime was like going through our heads, and everyone's like, oh my god, you girls are being so silly, like, oh, that's crazy. Now even looking at the Airbnb listing, like there is greenery in front of the property and on the side. No, there was like beaten down cars, like crazy looking houses. And I get it, like this sounds like from a very privileged standpoint that we thankfully don't live in a neighborhood that's like that, so that is not something that we're used to. We understand that is a whole different other culture, but to not put that on an Airbnb listing and also saying that it's 20 minutes away and all these things is so mind-blowing and ethically wrong. But yeah, thankfully we are all safe, but of course we were like, get us off this island.
All right, so bear with me, take some time, but this is story time about the time I almost died in Puerto Rico in the ocean. So those of y'all who know me, you know I went on a vacation last year. I went out to Puerto Rico by myself because I didn't have any friends at the time that were able to go with me. So I'm like, okay, cool, solo vacation, let's get it. As you can see, this is me right here on a kayak. I went on a little tour. I said, yeah, this is fun as hell. I love this. Before this, I've gone kayaking in various places, whatever, right? Again, those of you who know me also know that I don't really do the greenery anymore, right? I don't do the gas, as they're calling it these days. But for whatever reason, this day I had the idea, you know what? I'm gonna get some stuff that I can puff. So I go to the place, I get the stuff, and then I go find a little beach where they're offering kayaking tours. And no, it's not even tours, actually. You can just rent a kayak solo. So I rent the kayak, I get into the boat, I'm having the time of my life, I'm paddling out there, paddling. Then it's also like a snorkeling deal, so they gave me like a little snorkel. I love snorkeling, it's pretty fun, right? So I stop, I reach my stopping point, I'll get my stuff out, I'll prepare my my little puffer thing that I'm gonna puff. Hit that a few times and I'm like, man, this is great. I'm out in nature right now. This is beautiful. I'm in Puerto Rico. I'm feeling a little stony baloney. Loving the time, right? Now here's where it gets tricky, because now I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get out of this boat in the ocean and I'm gonna do some little snorkeling. Again, I am by myself on this trip. I don't have any friends with me. I jump out the boat, I do my little snorkeling. I'm in the water for a little bit, but then I'm all like, you know, I'm feeling that mindset. So I'm like, man, I feel like a cartoon right now. Probably shouldn't be in the ocean. Let me get up out of here. And here is where I almost died. I freaking get back into the boat. And at that point, I'm all out of breath. I'm struggling from getting into the boat because I just smoked or whatnot. And then I'm in the boat finally, and I realize, I look around, and my paddle is way the fuck over there. By way the fuck over there, I mean about 400, 500 yards away from where I'm at. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, this is it, because I'm out in the ocean by myself. There's other people on the beach, it's just way the fuck over there. And over there, I mean, probably like another 1,000 yards away. Luckily for me, some lady saw me out there. I'm just sitting there. I have my phone, but I'm like, I'm not about to be embarrassed. I'm not finna call these people and ask for help. Someone on a paddleboard, so he's like standing one. He sees my paddle, brings it over to me, saves the day. And thank God I didn't die in the middle of the ocean in Puerto Rico.
If you're ever in San Juan, Puerto Rico, this is not the place to go. La Perla. They say that it's so scary here, not even the police patrol this area. Let me show you. Check out the walls. Those are all homes on the beach. Ocean front, of course. And yes, there's a wall on this side. Nobody goes down there. Only if you live there. Isn't that crazy?
Please learn from my mistakes. If you're going to Puerto Rico, we waited 4 hours for our car rental, and that was like from the airport. I thought, because they have other car rentals that are like not in the airport, and like you go on, like they pick you up in a shuttle bus and then you go. I thought, you know, that's too many steps, seems a little sketch, don't want to do it. A colleague of mine did that. They got their car in like 10 minutes. So do with that information what you will, but like the customer service was terrible. I mean, I don't know if it was because I do know, because we went the weekend that Bad Bunny was there in Puerto Rico. So this was a few months ago now, but I just needed time before sharing the story. But people that we had met, their family was coming also, and they had came the week before, and it was just as bad. They waited 3 hours. So Budget and Avis, you'll see in the video that I'm gonna put in, but like worse, do not book your car with them unless you have 3 hours to 4 hours to waste and waiting to get your car.
This is what I was talking about, but that took up most of our day, and then we went and got a bite to eat, some snacks for the room, and then it was time to get ready for us to go see Bad Bunny, which was so much fun.
Paddle. Relax. He's coming at you. Relax. He's coming. Relax, Fatty. Relax, breathe. He's coming, breathe. No, breathe. You know, he's not, he's coming. You gotta breathe, Fatty, you gotta breathe. You gotta push, hold on. You gotta breathe. It's all right, Fatty.
Help me.
You almost there.
That's not some shit.
He's coming.
I swear to God.
Fatty, relax, he's coming. You have, but look, breathe, relax. Breathe. You need to breathe. Shit, breathe. I was up there crying to me. Just breathe. Breathe, Fatty. You gotta breathe. Relax. You gotta breathe. You gotta breathe.
Bro, he's taking like this, like.
You gotta breathe.
Come on.
You gotta breathe. He's coming. He's coming. Just breathe.
Ready?
You had it, man. You had it. Don't do Dang, I know, but I'm gonna cry. This is the walk to the apartment. We will never forget it. We will not forget it. It's giving, alright? Social media is not real. Nah, this shit looks crazy. Like, huh? What? Oh, wow, look at that bridge. I'm scared of opening that mouth. You walk in and then it's AC. AC, oh, feels so good. Then you got the room here. And then there's 2 bedrooms there. Then you got the view. Like, it makes up for it, right? The couch, the little kitchen. Like, we're just here to sleep. Still. That entry, like, it gets you a little nervous. Oh, my feet smell like hello coffee. And then, this is the master bedroom. And then you got the walk-in closet. But that the walk-in was real scary. But this is nice.
I almost died in Puerto Rico 3 years ago. So the resort we stayed in had a private beach and we decided to go down and just enjoy the water. My line sister is a beautiful herbalist. She made these lemon square bars that were to die for, literally. If you know anything about the waters of Puerto Rico, them tides are some serious. And we found out that day. So I look out in the water and I see her, but I notice that she's struggling, like she's struggling to stay above water. As soon as I see the panic in her eyes, all of the logic leaves me. I swam out to her and I noticed that we were stuck in a riptide. Oh! At the time, I think it was like 7 or 8 of us at the beach. And so some of my line sisters noticed that the both of us are swimming and not going anywhere. So what do these dummies do? They get in the water too. So before some of my other line sisters could make it to where we were struggling, we get pulled out by the tide and then into a wave. As soon as the waves push us into the rocks, I know that I'm in trouble. When I open my eyes, I can see the top of the water, so I'm like, okay, I'm right there. But I realized that I couldn't move. And then it hit me. I was lodged between 2 rocks. I'm the cotton pad, these are the rocks. I'm trying to maneuver, but I'm weak, I'm in pain. I'm like, all right, Destiny, this is it. My oxygen supply quickly starts to dwindle and I feel myself like about to pass out. I'm not gonna lie, in that moment, I was very much at peace. As I'm starting to pass out, I feel someone snatch me out of the water, throws me over his shoulder, and then walks me back to the shore. As soon as I realize that I'm out of the water, I'm safe, all of my sisters are safe, I look down and I realize that 1, I'm bleeding everywhere, and I'm naked. I didn't have on a swimsuit top. I had decided to wear this swimsuit top from Shein that did that little infinity sign, and I almost didn't wear it because it's not secure. But I was like, I'm gonna wear it anyway. The only reason that I survived that day was because my swimsuit came off of me and was floating on top of the water, but it was still connected around my neck and the man could see my swimsuit. If this goes viral and you're the man that saved me, I just want to say thank you if you ever get to see this. We got out of the water, we were extremely traumatized, but I'm gonna tell you the first thing we did was pray. I said, everybody get together right now, we praying, okay? Because we didn't have to make it out of that water. If you're ever wondering what kind of friends you need the friends that are willing to swim into a tide for you, all right? Mwah. Have a good day.
I think this video is going to help a lot of people that are planning on renting cars when they leave the country or the state. I'm gonna let you know my experience. A couple weeks ago, I went away to Puerto Rico with my friends. It was a birthday trip. I booked a car at least a week and a half in advance through Expedia, which was with Alamo. A friend of mine said use Alamo, they're really good, they're the cheapest one out of Enterprise and everybody. But to remind you, I think Enterprise, Alamo, and National Car Rental are all affiliated with each other, so it really didn't even matter. So I rented a car. When we got there, got all my paperwork, and you know, usually you just sign everything. I already had insurance through Expedia, so I didn't need the additional insurance. So that covered everything. Boom. The first car they gave me, it had a push start and it was a low battery. So So I told a lady, she said, go pick another car. So I told her, I was like, okay, we'll take the other SUV that looks like the push start car, which was a Mitsubishi SUV 2021. I said, okay, cool beans. Took the car, everything was fine. Went to my Airbnb, then went to go back and get my best friend and my cousin from the airport, and then we went to dinner. With all this is all within 24 hours. Went to dinner, came back out, started the car. It's only 3 of us in the car now. The car all of a sudden sounds like a race car. Now I'm like, why the hell does it sound like that? So that made me a little bit like, oh hell no, like this is my birthday dinner, I don't want to hear this. So boom, called, they sent a tow truck. Tow truck guy came, he started the car. He was like, whoa. I was like, exactly. Tow truck guy was like, listen, we're gonna take it back. They're gonna give you another car. Do you want to ride with me? Ride it with him, went back, get another car. They ended up giving me a Honda HRV or CRV. I always get them confused. It was a CRV, if I'm not mistaken. They gave me that, it was fine. Now we're finishing up with the trip 3 days later, and literally they were like, how did you enjoy? Fine, whatever it may be. They took their money. I signed paperwork just saying that I would return the car, full tank, everything. 2 days later, they took the money out. Now, a couple days later than that, I get an email from their claims department saying that they need me to send my insurance information or credit card information for the damages done to the car. Excuse me? I had the car for 24 hours. You never even said in this claims email that whatever it may be was the issue. So I ended up calling them, and I called their customer service and I asked them, I said, what was the problem? The lady said the catalytic converter was cracked. To remind you, my mother was my witness, so she was in the car. So I'm like, the catalytic converter is cracked. How do I crack the catalytic converter within 24 hours? You have to be really driving over a lot of stuff for that to be cracked. So many people use your cars regularly. How did it come down to me cracking it? It could have been done before. I only had the car for 24 hours. So now I'm heated, like really heated. Went off everything. Told her, y'all need to figure it out or I'm gonna get a lawyer. So yeah, I was talking to the lady and I said to her, I said, how are you gonna put blame on me when I had the car for 24 hours? You have multiple people that drive these cars a day, a month, a week, years, without you guys probably maintaining it. And to remind you, the check engine light came on. So anything could have been wrong with that car because y'all are not servicing it. You're just literally cleaning it out and giving it to the next person. That's what it seems. So now she noted the account saying that I had witnesses, which I had 6 of my friends, and then the tow truck driver was like, nah, this is crazy. So then literally I said, I will get a lawyer on this. A week later, I get an email now, which was yesterday, saying that they're putting an invoice together and that is going to be sent to me. So now I'm getting even more pissed off again. I called them. I said, I want to speak to a supervisor. I speak to the supervisor. Well, I actually got transferred and it went to voicemail. Left the message saying for them to get back to me. He gets back to me today at 5:30, to remind you, this evening, saying to me that the catalytic converter was stolen. Now it was stolen? I thought it was cracked. So who stole it? Not me, baby. I have my own car in New York. I don't need nothing from y'all. Are you kidding? And what does that got to do with me? What am I supposed to do? Stand by the car the whole time I'm on vacation? No, that has nothing to do with me. And I can tell you I didn't sign nothing in this contract that said that I'm responsible for the parts. Literally, my contract says all of what I'm being charged for, which is the gas, the tax, it's a limited distance, and anything else was the additional for the insurance that I did not take, which I didn't need because I had regular Expedia insurance. So at the end of the day, I need either someone to tell me if they experienced the same thing, because this is a scam. This is a scam, and I don't think it's fair. And this needs to go viral because everybody that rents cars needs to know you need to be careful because these companies are out to make more money and to get things out of people, and it's not fair. You got the right one, Alamo. You really did. TikTok, let me know. Has anybody experienced this or know anyone that has? Because to me, this is a waste of my time and I don't think it's quite fair.
Y'all, I want to speak on the lady who went there and had issues with her rental, and they sent her an invoice and told her she's responsible for these issues. I want y'all to know that y'all need to be more smarter when it comes to these rental companies as well. Like, and just like, okay, she may have not expected that to happen or escalated like that. I would say this: be more prepared by like having your own camera or something, like your own portable. I tell people this is the only way we're gonna have to catch these footage and have your evidence with you that can help you, because some of these companies are looking for somebody to actually, you know, spend a check and fix their whole car. And for people who've dealt with cars, insurance, or even just if your car like breaks down, and if it's a brand that you know is expensive and this and that, like it can be pricey. So some people are looking for a check for that. So I would say, like, I have a solution for you guys. I have this camera that I usually have in my car, and you can see this part. I feel like it's universal, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. This part is universal, but basically this camera is like a backup. Like every time you drive, like in a different country or even locally, like, and it comes with a back camera too. I just don't have the piece here. Like it comes with a back piece where you can also like install it in the car, so that in any case it's just recording footage. So I would say I would recommend getting these cameras, so that every time you have a rental or whatever, somebody trying to push some shit on you, and I understand you can't be with the car the whole time, you don't know what has happened with the car. This is your solution. We need the evidence. We need to get the footage. We need to start, you guys need to start having these, so that if people put these on you guys and you on TikTok, you have extra footage. We need to see part 2. We need a part 2 and part 3, and this time we need to see the footage. So get you the cameras that you can carry in these rentals for that short period of time. Have the cameras, so that if somebody try to play you, will be like, sir, I had cameras. I have portable cameras that I be using, and we got footage. We can take it to court, honey. I got evidence. What are you talking about? What? I stole a catalytic. What? First off, it got what? It got broken, and now I stole the what? You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh no, ma'am. I got receipts. And that's when you pull out your gadget, it stores all your information. And I don't know where I got this. I'm gonna find out and put in the link down in my description, so you guys can go grab it for your vacations. But these people are not gonna play with us. Okay, just like I said in the previous videos for the hotel room cameras, because people get stolen and shit. Y'all need to carry cameras. I mean, it's not illegal to have a camera in your hotel room for your own protection. I would. At this point, we need part 2s and part 3s with the footage of these niggas, my bad, of these people stealing this shit, bruh. Like, you feel me? So that we can have the evidence, so you can come to TikTok with the part 2s, and we can be like, ooh, we told y'all, child. Thank God you got that footage. So what's the next step? We're taking it to court, and you win your case. Simple. Because without evidence, it's so hard to go, you know, like, and especially local people, they can be teaming up and be like, yeah, that shit was service. What if they all gang up, they have their own witnesses, and you have nothing? You know what I'm saying? So please, this is a solution for you guys. I know I'm not the smartest in the room, but I'm just thinking as we go. Like, I'm actually learning a lot. I'm thinking as we go, so that we can all have a better experience. Let's keep moving.
I am ready to tell our Airbnb horror story. Y'all, so we just got back from a trip to Puerto Rico, and we booked the Airbnb like normal. Everything was cool. I would message the dude asking questions, and he would respond very quickly. He was giving me recommendations on where to go. He was sending me pictures, details on how to get into the room. Everything was fine. So we get there, we unlock the door, no problem at all. We get up to the room, and these people peeked their head out of the room, but I didn't realize that it was my room yet. So we unlocked the key fob thing to get the keys out, and there was no keys in there. And I realized, oh shit, those people are in our room. So I knock on the door, and I'm like, y'all in our room. So the girl, she calls the Airbnb owner, right? Mind you, we're in Puerto Rico. Everything's in Spanish. He only speaks Spanish. So they was in our room. And it turns out he sent them the picture of our key fob on accident, and they were supposed to be in a different room in a different building, or in the same building. So I told the girl, I was like, well, since y'all already in here, we can just take the room that y'all paid for. Y'all can have our room. They wasn't trying to do that because it was 3 of them, and our room only had 1 bed because it's just me and my husband. That's all we need. So she wasn't trying to do that because she was like, oh, it's 3 of us. The room that we picked had 3 beds and slept 3 people. And my thing is, I didn't say it out loud because I wasn't trying to get confrontational and fighting, none of that stuff. But if you knew that you got a room that slept for 3 people and had 3 beds, why would you go into our room with 1 bed and not think, oh, maybe this is the wrong room, this isn't what we got? Like, why wouldn't you say anything? So they wasn't trying to switch. So we said, fuck it. We took the keys and we was like, are we gonna stay here? We figured some shit out. We ended up canceling it. The dude wasn't trying to give us our money back. He wasn't trying to give us a discount or anything. So I canceled it. I lost $150. We didn't stay there. We ended up staying somewhere else. So y'all, don't book Airbnb no more, because it was literally giving Barbarian. Have y'all seen Barbarian? Where the girl booked the Airbnb, she went and somebody else was in there? Yeah, that was literally that for us. Yeah, it was that. Just go to a hotel. It's not even worth it.
Hey y'all. Okay, so this is gonna be a story time TikTok that I've been wanting to do for a minute, but I never got the chance to. But anyway, it's gonna be about me and my boyfriend. We went on a trip to Puerto Rico and we saw a whole dead body. Like, now, we didn't see the dead body close up or nothing like that. We was in a car, like in our Uber, but we still saw a dead body. Okay, and so to give y'all some background, this is where we had stayed at. It's in a gated community. It's like where the white people stay at. Like, all the Uber drivers, whenever they would come pick us up or drop us off, they would literally be like, oh, the gate is closed. I have to go around after a certain time. And one of the Uber drivers on our last night told us, like, this is where the gentrifiers stay at. Like, they're trying to buy houses and then claim part of the beach as their land and just be saying, like, the public can't go. So they're trying to claim their beaches. I don't know if y'all seen that TikTok that was going around where this white person was trying to kick all the Puerto Ricans off the beach, saying that they were in their backyard. Very much weird. And just to let y'all know, we did not know beforehand that we was finna be staying where the gentrifiers was staying at. We didn't know that. We just booked our Airbnb because it was nice and the price was good, yada yada. So this is where we were staying. Like, this is the exact location. I didn't want to post the address, but you see the little house emoji when you book an Airbnb, like, it shows you where you're gonna be at. So we was on Ocean Park Beach, like right by the beach, by Calle Louisa Street and all that stuff, but it's still gated. Okay, so like, y'all know whenever you go on a vacation, you book your excursions ahead of time, which we did. We booked one for 3:30, and then the day of when we was there, they was like, oh, can you change your time to 1 o'clock because we don't have enough people for the 3:30 one. So we did that. And as you can see right here, I don't know my finger. Okay, you see how it's 1 to 2:30, but up here it was 3:30 to 5. Like, they changed it. That's what we booked before, and they changed the time. So had they not changed us to 1 o'clock, we would have never rolled past this dead body, and we would have never knew that somebody had got killed right up the street from our Airbnb. Like, what? Okay, so then we get in the Uber, you know, ready to go to the excursion, ready to get on the mini boats, whatever. This probably around 12:30. The article said a man died at 12:20. That means we drove past a fresh dead body. Like, no caution tape, no nothing. The man still spread it out on the ground like a starfish. So then we drive past this. Here go the Uber driver. Oh my God, this is things like this doesn't happen over here. This is a gated community. Like, rich people live over here. This happened inside of the gate. Things like this doesn't happen. And we just like, sir. So this is on my mind all day, the rest of the trip. I'm looking for articles, looking at the news, and I can't find nothing, bro. So then the day I'm in the airport, which is the next day, I finally found a link on Facebook of the article. It's in full-blown Spanish, though. I had to translate it. So yeah. So this is basically the title of the article that I found on Telemundo, Puerto Rico. It's the news website for them. And it says he was killed in broad daylight by Ocean Park, like the beach that we was right beside. And he was a federal ex-convict. So his name was Carlos. He was killed at 12:20 by several hooded individuals. And I read somewhere else it was 4 people that shot him up while he was working on a roof. Okay, this is a screenshot from the news video. This is him spread it out on the ground, and this is where we drove by and saw him.
Okay, story time about how I fell in love in Puerto Rico, got flued out to Puerto Rico, almost moved to Puerto Rico, and then got blocked by Mr. Puerto Rico. Yeah. So a few years ago, I took a trip to PR with a group of friends for one of my homegirls' birthdays, and we went for a week. We stayed in San Juan. And one of the nights that we were there, we decided to go out and go bar hopping at night at Old San Juan. Now, we ended up at El Cafetín, and if you know, you know El Cafetín is where it's at because the drinks are really good, cheap and good. Bartenders are fine as hell. Men out there are just fine as hell, okay? Music is immaculate, vibes were good, okay? I love it there. Now, I'm there dancing, you know, having a good time with my homegirls, and some lady standing next to me is just kind of looking at me and it comes up to me. She's like, yo, she's like, you're so pretty, like you're so pretty, you're so beautiful, you have an amazing vibe, like all this nice stuff. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm flattered, thank you, like you look great too. And then she stops and she's like, you know what, you need to meet my son. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah. And then she taps, her son is standing right next to her, she taps her son, she's like, hey, come talk to this girl, like she is so pretty, like come talk to her. And I'm like, what? And I turn around, I look, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, her son is actually not that bad looking, he is pretty cute. I'm like, okay, yeah, listen to your mom, come talk to me. So he comes and he talks to me and he's like, oh my god, I'm sorry, like my mom, you know, I'm outside with my mom and my sister because I like to spend time with them. I didn't really expect her to do that. I'm like, you know, it's fine, it's cool, you don't have to apologize, please don't apologize, okay. But yeah, we're there chit-chatting it up or whatever, and then he asked for my number. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I didn't really think we would hang out because I'm not even from there. I'm there on a trip. Like, I don't even know if I would have time to hang out with him. But whatever, right? Okay, next day, he actually texts me and he's trying to link up. And I'm like, I don't know because I just met you. Okay, I'm not even from here. I don't know you. Stranger danger. I don't know. You could be a weirdo, whatever. He's like, no, I'm not a weirdo, I promise. Yes, I know, maybe not the smartest thing to meet with a stranger. So I told my homegirls, I was like, yo, should I do it? Should I not do it? They were like, some of them were telling me no, some of them were just like, fuck it, do it. And me, I'm a little crazy sometimes, so I was like, yep, I'm gonna do it. Gave my friends my location, told them like, all right, let's meet up. So later that night, he picked me up from my hotel and, you know, just kind of drove us around a little bit. And then he took me to the beach. Just to go check out a view. He's like, oh, I really like this spot, so let's just go hang out. And I'm like, all right, fine. I didn't know what we were getting into. I was just going with the vibes. I was, you know, yeah. So chilling at the beach, having conversation. One thing leads to another, you know, things get a little heated and steamy, and we end up doing the nasty, okay? And let me tell you, it was good. Yes, it was on the beach. It wasn't on the sand. It was like on a little, we were at a shack thing. I don't know what it was. I don't know what to call it. But yeah, he ends up driving me back to the hotel. And I honestly didn't really know if I was going to see him again because, you know, I'm there with my friends. I didn't really plan on hanging out with him. I was like, maybe this is the last time I'll see him. Whatever. But tell me why the rest of the trip he's texting me. And, you know, he's like, oh, we should link up again before you leave. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, only if I have time, maybe. Because it was good. So I was like, okay, sure. Last night that I'm there, I agreed to link up again. This time I'm like, I don't want to be doing it outside. Like, I'm not, you know, we're not doing that. And he's like, all right, bet, don't worry. So he gets us a hotel. And I don't know what kind of hotel this is. Back to what I was saying. So he takes us to a hotel or a motel. I honestly don't even know what it is. If you're from PR, you could tell me what this is called. Tell me. But basically, it was like a room with a bed, a stripper pole, some freaky looking ass couch to do you know what, a TV mounted on the wall that was playing, and like all of these like neon color lights. I felt nasty. I was like, what in the freak is this? And I'm pretty freaky, but I was like, what is this? Where am I? But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with the flow. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And yeah, so we get to it round after round. Amazing. Okay, amazing. After we're done, we start cuddling. And tell me why, while we're cuddling, having conversation, he tells me that he likes me. And I'm like, hold on, you know. He's like, no, like we vibe well, like, you know. And I'm like, yes, but let's be realistic here. We're not about to do this, okay? I'm not even from here, okay? This can't happen. I'm not doing long distance. Me personally, I was not really looking for a relationship. I was like, this can't happen. He's like, yeah, I know it, you know, I'm just saying. I'm like, okay, whatever. Anyways, we finish up and everything. He ends up taking me back to the hotel. But on the car ride, like, you just feel that tension of like, there's something there, you know? And We're hugging goodbye once like he drops me off, and we give each other a really long tight hug. It's one of those hugs, you know, and you just feel it. And I'm like, no, this is crazy. We can't do this, right? So I'm like, all right, deuces, we gotta part ways. Trip ends, fly back to LA. Try not to really think about it, because it's like I've never done that before, and I was like, you know, once in a lifetime thing. I was on vacation having fun, okay. But tell me why we end up texting each other, we end up calling each other, we end up FaceTiming each other, and we just start liking each other. What we said we weren't gonna do, we started doing, and we started catching feelings for each other. Now, mind you, I was still exploring my options because I'm single, you know? So, yeah. But yeah, this went on for like a few months, and it got to the point where we're like, we miss each other, we want to see each other again, but I was not in a good position to just book a flight and go to Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? Like, I had to make good financial decisions because I was still in school, and you know, it just wasn't right for me. So what he ended up doing was flying me out, because if he really wanted to, he would, okay? So he did just that. He booked my flight, and I went out for a weekend, and I was so scared because I have never done that before, and I was like, oh my god, like I shouldn't do this. It just didn't feel like I wanted to, but I'm like, no, we can't even be together. But I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go have my fun. I'm a very indecisive girly, but I ended up going. And yeah, he was just so romantic and everything. Like, I landed, he picked me up, and he had a bag of Victoria's Secret lingerie, like, as a surprise. And I was like, ew, okay, like, I've never had this before, you know, but I like this. And yeah, so he booked us a hotel, like, somewhere up in the mountains. I'm not even sure what part of Puerto Rico it was, but it was amazing. Like, I had a nice view, had a balcony and everything. And that trip just was amazing. Like, obviously, he took me out to eat, took me out to dinner. We went out. We went back to El Cafetín where we first met, and we danced bachata. Like, it was just a cute romantic moment, you know? Like, it just felt so good. And of course, you know, we did amazing things, and it by far has been the best I've ever had. Okay, I'm just gonna say it here. He has me blocked anyway, so he's not gonna know. But yeah, we created beautiful memories, and we had to say our goodbyes. Trip ended. We got a little emotional. He cried. I didn't cry, but you know, I was emotional. And that's when I knew, I'm like, I feel like he likes me more than I like him, you know? And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And then I just started feeling like, should I be with this person? Like, I started thinking about it more, and it finally got to the point where he was like, you know what? Like, I want to be with you. I can provide for you. I'm in the process of buying a house here in Puerto Rico anyways, so I want you to come and live with me and be with me. Now, you may think this is amazing. Of course, you would do it in a heartbeat. Me, I was thinking like, yes, I want to do it, but I need to know you more. I need to get to know you more. And I'm still in school, and I got to take care of my family because I'm one of the providers for my family. And I'm like, I can't just leave. You know, I have so many things going on and responsibilities. I can't just leave that. When I tell you, I was so tempted to do it. I was so tempted to do it. And I'm like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Clearly, I didn't do it. And then later down the line, like, things started changing up a little bit. And really changed my whole perspective on him. I did forget to mention that this guy had just recently got out of a relationship, so I was skeptical, okay? And that was why he was outside in the streets with his mom and his sister, if you remember from part 1. Because his mom and his sister were trying to get him outside of the house to be outside, right? To see that there are more fish in the sea, and I just so happened to be that fish that night, okay? Now, I will say there were a lot of red flags, and I started noticing them more. He was very jealous, very controlling. He would kind of just tell me, like, you cannot be talking to anybody else. You better not be talking to other people. And it's like, I get it if we're talking, but we're still single. We're both still single, and I've already said that there's no
possibility of us even being together, because it just can't happen. Okay, so I feel like that's why I was still a little skeptical about whether or not I could take this person seriously, even though the feelings were there. And also, like I mentioned, I was exploring my options, so I was talking to other people back home, so that was just more realistic for me. And he was controlling in a sense where he started telling me that I had to change the way that I was dressing. He basically said I had to dress more modestly, that I couldn't be acting the way that I was, I couldn't be posting what I was posting on social media, like basically trying to fit me in this housewife narrative that he had in his mind. Very machista, for sure. And at that time, I remember he was Christian, and we love that. We love a God-fearing man, because, you know, I believe in God too. But I think he transitioned to Jehovah's Witness at that time, and he was trying to convert me. That was not going to happen. There was no way. No. I believe in God, but with religion, like, you got to let me choose that for myself. So he was heavily just trying to get me to convert and just be this modest ass person. And that's just not me. It's like, you met me how I was, and now you're trying to change me. That's not real love, right? No, it's not. So I did what I had to do, and I told him, we can't do this anymore. We can't be talking every day. We have to be friends, and that's it. And obviously that broke his heart. And unfortunately, it was one of those heartbreaks that, you know, sometimes you get your heart broken and it just messes up your mental health. Yeah. So it really affected him to the point where he was FaceTiming me all the time, like crying, begging me to be with him. And I was like, yo, like, we can't do this. And he had to seek professional help, which I'm really happy that he did. Obviously, I feel bad for everything. And I told him, like, we shouldn't even be talking anymore. Like, we need to go no contact. And obviously, I think his therapist might have told him the same thing. So one day, out of nowhere, I was blocked on everything. I tried texting him to check up on him just to see how he was doing, because it had been a while and I wanted to make sure he was okay. It didn't even go through. I tried calling him. Calls didn't even go through. I tried looking for him on social media. Couldn't find him. And that's when I knew. I was like, he finally just blocked me on everything. And yes, it sucked, but I know that it was for the best. And till this day, I am blocked on everything. Every once in a while, I'll check. And sometimes I'm like, if I ever go to PR, like, should I go looking for him? Like, I want to see how he's doing and apologize. And, you know, because I have his address, because he used to send me stuff. And I know where he used to work, or where he could possibly still be working. But I'm like, girl, just leave that man alone. Okay, leave that man alone. Let that shit go. But yeah, that's what ended up happening. Maybe the ending is not so crazy, but yeah, you gotta be careful in PR, okay? This is literally like my 20th time making this video because TikTok keeps taking it down. But I just want to address a few things and also add a few red flags that I forgot to mention in my last video. But first and foremost, I know it's not flued out, okay? But if you listen to the City Girls, you know what it means, okay? I'm educated. I have a degree from UC Berkeley. I know how to speak properly, but if I want to say flued out, then I'm going to say flued out. Because if you know, you know, okay? Now, when I said that PR was dangerous, I didn't mean that it was actually dangerous, because it could be dangerous anywhere. What I meant was that the men are so fine, it's a little risky, okay? I don't know if it's the accent, but when I was there, she was purring, okay? Now, there was one big major red flag that I forgot to mention in my last video that I want to bring up now, because I did see a lot of comments on this topic, was basically that, wasn't I afraid of catching something? Of course. And luckily I did not. But let me tell you how this relates to his red flag. Towards the end of everything, after everything, right, he was really trying to push the idea of doing it without wrapping it up, because mind you, we had wrapped it up every single time. I made sure, okay, safe, okay? But then he was talking about how in the future he wanted to do it without, right? Me, I was like, wait, hold on, I haven't even asked you to get tested, and that's something that I usually always ask everyone to do. So I was like, no, you need to go get tested. Tell me why this man refused. And that was literally the one red flag where I was like, yeah, no, I can't deal with this. No. Like, it was just a cherry on top, you know?
And his excuse was, because at the time, it was when the vaccine was out for COVID, he was anti-vax. He was not a Trumper. He just didn't believe in the vaccine. He was like, I'm not going to put that in my body because I don't know what it is. I'm like, that's another red flag of his own, okay? Now, he was like, well, the clinic that I'm supposed to go get tested at is requesting that I come in vaccinated, and I'm not, so I'm not going to go get vaccinated just so I can go get tested. I'm like, that just sounds like a whole bunch of BS to me, okay? Because someone needs to respect that. When you ask someone to do something like that, they're supposed to do it. And yeah, like y'all mentioned, he was a super religious person, but then he was okay with doing the nasty. Yeah, so obviously that was super sketch. And then now that I'm looking back, I'm like, he definitely carried a God complex. Like, he felt like everyone else was inferior to him, and he felt like he was a special person, that God like chose him to be his messenger type vibe, you know what I mean? And it was just like, I get you're religious and all that, but that was just too much. Some of y'all asked, well, what did my family think about me visiting this man in Puerto Rico that I just met? Well, they knew of him. He even spoke on the phone with my mom a few times, because I would always talk to him on the phone, and I spoke to him in Spanish, so they knew what I was talking about. And when I told them I was going, it was funny because my grandma was the one that was like, girl, just go have fun. But they couldn't really tell me what to do, because I've always been one of the providers for my family, so I've always paid bills, you know, had my responsibilities and stuff, so they didn't really have a say. Okay, and that was one of the main reasons why I never told them, like, oh, this man asked me to go live with him in Puerto Rico, because I knew I wasn't going to do it. I had the big responsibility of taking care of my family, and there was no way. And obviously all those red flags, I was just like, yeah, no. And no, I do not plan on actually looking for him and visiting him, because I'm gonna leave that in the past. Clearly, it was all a whole toxic situation. So, and if he has me blocked, he has me blocked for a reason, and I'm gonna respect that. And again, I was young and dumb and had my fun. I learned from my experiences, definitely moving differently now. And for any of you that are judging me and calling me a bop or calling me an HO in the comments, I don't even know what a bop really is, to be honest. But I honestly don't care about what you have to say about me, because I'm a grown woman. I pay my own bills. If you don't pay my bills, then I don't care about what you have to say. Okay?
Last year, I met this girl randomly online. And then like 3 seconds after we started talking, she was like, I'm in Puerto Rico right now for free. It's like, yeah, I just like got this opportunity. So I'm just out here living, vibing, come. And if you haven't already picked up the vibes from my page yet, I'm damn near down for anything. So I was like, shit, I'm gonna come. So of course I go. I didn't post about it a lot just because I was living too in the moment. But there was this guy that I met, Felipe. And I never really told anyone about Felipe because I didn't want anyone to judge me. But Felipe was this beautiful Puerto Rican man that I met in this restaurant that I went to for breakfast one morning. And for that like 1 month that I was in Puerto Rico, me and Felipe had this whirlwind romance. Felipe was showing me all over Puerto Rico. And yes, before you ask me, yes, Felipe was bilingual, so I could understand what he was saying. Anyway, one day me and Felipe went to Old San Juan together. And in this ice cream place, there was a lady behind the counter, and she was looking at Felipe really weird one day. So she was making our ice cream, and she just kept like glancing back over to Felipe. I found it weird, but I was like, let me mind my business because I don't know what these two have going on. That's none of my business. I'm just here to get ice cream. When she's handing me my ice cream now and Felipe's on the other side of the counter paying, she whispers to me, delincuente. And she just like keeps going like this, like delincuente. And I'm like, I don't know much Spanish, but I know what that sounds like in English. So, I mean, after that, the day went fine with Felipe, but then I ghosted him because that lady made it seem like Felipe was a known criminal or something. And I didn't know what I was about to get myself into. So I was like, see, I'm just about to disappear. So yeah, if you see this Felipe, that's what happened.
Oh no! Oh! Get off of me! Oh my god! Just move. Hi, no, hold on. Oh my god, they love me too much. Ah! Oh my god! Get off me! Jasmine! Oh my Lord Jesus Christ, help me God! Look. Get off of me! Stop it! Somebody dropped their thing.
You got the food, they're gonna be all over.
There's no food in here.
I think they like your hair.
Probably.
The biggest mistake people make when visiting Puerto Rico is not venturing out of San Juan. Don't get me wrong, San Juan is a beautiful and vibrant city, but Puerto Rico has so much more to offer from its beautiful beaches, stunning waterfalls, tropical rainforests, and delicious cuisine. You'll be seriously missing out if you only stayed in San Juan during your trip to Puerto Rico. I decided to take a road trip from San Juan and drove out west to Aguadilla this time around. Aguadilla is such a beautiful area and is only about 2 hours from San Juan. This area has the most stunning beaches, and some places you can't miss include Crash Boat Beach, Piña Blanca Beach, Survival Beach, Playa Hobos, and Pozo de Jacinto. Some other fun things to do in this area include horseback riding on the beach with tropical trail rides, visiting the Galandia waterfalls, and hiking out to Cueva Galandrina's beach. The sunsets are stunning in Aguadilla, and you're sure to love the laid-back vibes out here. I hope this inspires you to visit Puerto Rico because this island truly has so much to offer. Don't forget to follow for more travel.
When we first came to Puerto Rico, we knew we were going to have a little bit of rain. They didn't say how much rain. They didn't say flood warnings. They didn't say we'd be stuck in a river. Will we be able to navigate out of this river? Who even knows? We left the restaurant that we were at for the evening and tried to head back home. We came across a stop sign and there was a bunch of freaking traffic. We later on found out the reason why there was traffic was because there was 2 cars stuck in a river, basically is what I'm going to call this, and they couldn't get out. After they got out, we kind of inched our way to see what was up and came to the realization of how extremely crazy this flood had gotten. This white truck actually got stuck, but we started seeing smaller cars go, so we were like, okay, our little Chrysler van can make it through. Shout out to the birthday girl for doing all the driving because I couldn't do it. She even got us back and forth from school in the snow, so I trusted her completely. We ended up getting out, thank God, because again, this was like the only road we could get out to get back home to San Juan. Go, sir, don't get us to stop. Go. Andale, andale.
We're good now.
Oh my God, we fucking did it. Everyone say we made it. We did it, Joe. We did it. Oh my God, that was so fucking
All my friends and family know I'm super dramatic, but this time I was really being serious. Like, look how the freaking restaurant looked like when we were leaving. No one wanted to believe me, but honey, this was a 30-minute downpour turned into this. Someone had to go get the car, so I wasn't going to. This was, of course, before we got into the car and saw the river. We were crossing back to San Juan. Thank God they were brave enough to go. Look at them go. You did it.
Here are 7 things you shouldn't do in Puerto Rico. This is for those of you who are visiting the island. We've been living here for about 118 days now, and we've already picked up a few things that you shouldn't be doing.
Numero uno, do not be a Karen. One time we were in a restaurant and there was this group of people, and I don't know what happened. Like, I guess their order came in wrong or something, and someone had the nerves to say, oh, in the States they don't do this and this and that. The person was like, well, guess what? You in Puerto Rico. So that was like a bobe. Bottom line, don't just assume the same rules from the States apply here.
Number 2, don't forget to support local businesses. There are a lot of budding entrepreneurs here on the island that are from here and were born here. Be sure to support them.
Number 3, never take photos in an area called La Perla. It's located in Old San Juan, and it's been getting really popular. A lot of tourists have been going down there, and there are just certain rules that you have to follow, and the biggest thing is keep that phone in your pocket.
Number 4, don't just stay in San Juan. The best parts of Puerto Rico are outside of San Juan, so be sure to venture out.
Number 5, if you're not renting a car, that's a huge mistake. You want to make sure that you have access to all parts of the island, not just the metro area.
Number 6, do not go around eating at franchises like Chili's or Applebee's. You're in Puerto Rico, go out and support some local businesses.
Number 7, this is for my ladies out there, or even men. Do not wear high heels when you're in, especially Old San Juan. The streets here are very hard to walk with, even with sneakers. With heels, Good luck.
Trips can make or break a friendship, and the worst thing you can do is go on vacation with no plan. Welcome to the week in the life of the best hairstylist in Dallas, Texas, who's currently on vacation in Puerto Rico because her friend wanted to ride a horse on a beach for her birthday.
We just couldn't take it anymore in Old San Juan, so here we are checked into our high Regency resort, which is beautiful.
But the only problem was we arrived so late that there were no open restaurants, so we are over here running on one brunch we had this morning and trying to find something to hold us over until tomorrow.
Between a cookie and a Cobb salad, but I also remembered I was going to be in a bathing suit tomorrow, so Cobb salad it is. It had been a very long day, so all I wanted to do was just take my makeup off using my Clinique Take the Day Off Balm. I love this stuff so much. It gets my makeup off so good, and I'm believing in God for a Brendo from them.
The next morning was the day we were waiting for. It was officially Christy's birthday. And the whole point of the trip was for Christy to ride a horse on a beach on her birthday. So you would think that we would prioritize being on time, right? No, like everything else we've done since we got here, we were absolutely 100% late and almost missed riding these horses.
But because we are highly blessed and highly favored, we did make it right on time to just get on the horses and go. And I was so excited because this is my first time riding a horse, but I did not know riding a horse actually hurts. Like my pelvic was hurting. When we made it to the beach, I was just so in awe. Like it was such a beautiful experience, and then just thinking of the fact that God really went off when he created Earth. Like it's just such a beautiful scenery. Conveniently enough, there was a beach house that had drinks, so I got a pina colada and a coconut, and then we headed back to civilization, and I was so happy to be back in air conditioning. Now obviously some of us were getting aggressive because we had not eaten all day, and the food in Puerto Rico was already disappointing us, so our expectations were literally at the bottom floor. So the pasta was okay, it was edible, it was good. It was good. Next in the itinerary was watching the sunset on the beach, or so we thought, but because we are all unserious Nigerian women, we could not make it to that beach on time. Like the sun had set. Then a hypothetical question was asked, who would win in a fight, Princess or Christy? But Princess watched WWE her whole life. Who do you think was gonna win? Be for real. After the episode of WWE was over, we decided to get ready for dinner. We had dinner reservations, so you would think there would be a sense of urgency. We took about 20 something takes of this get ready with me transition. But in the midst of all of this, you would have thought like, okay, they changed the dinner reservation. We were just on vibes, like vibes on vibes on vibes. Then we paused to do a outfit of the day, bro. We were so unserious. Being honest, this was probably the best part of vacation. We woke up the next morning and all that was on the itinerary was beach day. We got ready for the beach. We were actually on time. It was probably like 8-9 o'clock in the morning, and then we went kayaking. I was so excited to go kayaking regardless of the fact that I cannot swim. And then I got scared because Christy and Fola were on their own kayak and I was on a solo kayak, and my kayak just kept drifting away. Like, hello, come back to shore please. After what I consider a workout, we had breakfast, and the breakfast was actually so good. There was a lot of options which I really appreciated, and then we spent the rest of the day just kind of relaxing by the pool, drinking some drinks. And it rained for like 5 minutes, but that's okay. They took us to this room where we could freshen up before our flights, which was so nice. And then we headed back to Dallas, Texas because there was a surprise waiting for Christy, and that is how we spent our trip in Puerto Rico. Thanks for watching.
We came home to a huge iguana in our Airbnb in Puerto Rico. We didn't know what to do, so we reached out to our host, but he was an hour away, and asked if we could just grab it. Listen to the sound it makes. It was traumatic TBH. They finally got it out. All hail to our amazing neighbors.
This is a video where people are throwing water at total strangers, but it's actually part of tradition. This is the Wata Wata festival in San Juan City, and this is the Basaan tradition, where people make each other wet with water. But it actually symbolizes the baptism of Jesus Christ by Saint John. The problem is that some people might not be okay with this, especially if they don't know about it or they're not prepared to get wet. This is because there are actually specific places where crowds could gather to celebrate the festival, and where people are okay with splashing water to each other. However, doing basaan in a random place to a random stranger may seem rather inappropriate. Just imagine being there, all dressed up, ready with your makeup, ready with your drip, only to get literally dripping. It is a very interesting tradition, and like many other traditions, it should be respected. But how would you react to the situation?
I'm not trying to tell you, I'm telling you because you're my uncle and I love you, When you go to Puerto Rico, you can't take pictures certain places, they'll kill you, That's what I'm trying to tell you. I know you going next week. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not telling you to try to play you.
Yo, let me tell you something. I ain't paying all that money to not take no motherfucking picture.
Okay.
I'll take motherfucking snappity snaps like I want.
Alright, so let one of the motherfuckers kill you then. Go ahead, big dog.
Yeah. Hang me, motherfucker. Hang my motherfucking ass. Because I'm gonna take a goddamn picture of a mountain or something. I'm gonna take a picture of the motherfucking neighborhood goat or something. You lying motherfucking thing. I ain't. Fuck that motherfucker. walking.
You ready to die for a picture?
Dead man walking, motherfucker. I need these motherfucking memories. I'm telling you. Fuck wrong with you? I'm paying all this money to go down there and I can't take a picture. Man, shit. Dead man walking, motherfucker. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be snappity snapping, motherfucker.
2-week-old refrigerator
Child, that's it for Puerto Rico. And in my opinion, I would say just like all these other vacation spots we usually cover, I would say this: just preparing better, and the more knowledge you have, the more power you have, like pretty much. Because I know some people will probably be like, oh, she's probably biased choosing a couple of places and this and that, and why is she not doing this country and this and that. But the only truth is, not all countries are destination places. I'm just looking for the places where people be going. You know, summer is coming up, vacation is here, like spring break is here, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just going through like vacation spots that I know a lot of people go, and it's like known widely, like, oh yeah, there's a vacation spot or whatever. So do not take it too hard. Some people I'll be seeing in the comments and different videos, like people literally be taking it too hard, bro. Like even the Jamaican video, somebody said, oh, you just jealous of Jamaica. How am I jealous of Jamaica? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm jealous of Jamaica because I'm putting a negative light. No, I'm not. I'm just taking the experiences that were bad and people can learn from it. Like, what the hell? I'm not jealous of no goddamn country. Like, what the hell would I look like being jealous of? Who the hell even is? How the hell you even jealous of a country? Like, for what gain? Like, but don't take it to heart. For those people who are taking these to heart and literally try to put it negatively, that's just, I would say, just try to have an open mind. Yes, you have a good experience. You've been a local, and some of you have been born in these countries, and that's why you have better experiences. Like, because you know how to move. Other people don't know. Don't expect all of us to know how to move and this and that. So of course we're gonna take the negatives and include, because we know we already got the positives, the views, the food, the this, the that, and the third. So let's check out the negatives so that they can all turn to positives. Like, what? This is just, I mean, take it how you want it. I can't accommodate everyone's feelings on the internet. That's just period. Like, I'm just gonna accommodate the people who are my target audience, those who want to learn, who want to get information, and not take it negatively, because that's the only way you learn from a negative situation. Like, what the hell? So period. I will still be dropping a whole bunch of videos on vacations, and we're still gonna be learning. If we get part 2s, part 3s on the same place, baby, I will still be dropping them, just so we keep learning, because you never know. We get new information every day, and who am I to stop people from getting the knowledge? You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. So if you've enjoyed this video in Puerto Rico, if you've watched the other videos, I really appreciate you. If you're a day one supporter, I want to say thank you so much. Y'all are literally doing y'all big one. Even when I don't drop and stuff, y'all be checking up on me and stuff, and I really appreciate that. Like, I've really seen some people in this community that are so amazing, and I want to say this: thank you so much for you guys. We're literally going up in the numbers. The subscribers are going up, the views are going up, and it's only, thank God for you guys. And I know a lot of y'all be in the comments, oh my God, you literally be putting in the work, you be watching a whole bunch of footage, hours and hours, and put it together in a nice way. And I really appreciate y'all, because y'all give me my flowers too. Like, because as much as you guys do the numbers with the views, I put in the work for sure, getting the footage, watching them, making sure I edit properly. And I know not every edit goes smoothly sometimes, because like I tell everyone, I do this by myself. It's Team Sandy by herself right now. So before I get into a position where I can have a team, where I can elevate, I still have to find that editing, that smoothness, so that even if someone comes, I don't want the content to change for y'all and be like, oh, this person editing changed it, we don't like it. No, I wanna, when someone comes in the future, I want them to know just what I like. Like I said, I'm a Virgo, I'm a perfectionist. So if you're gonna be my team, you just know it's like you're gonna be like my doppelganger, you're gonna be my twin, you're gonna be twinning them. We're damn near gonna have to be thinking the same. This is what it is, period. So Until then, I actually enjoy making these videos for you guys, and I really say this, I appreciate y'all so much. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, if you're new here, welcome. Subscribe to the channel. My name is Sandy again, and let's rock with the wave. Yeah, it's still the early year months of the year, and we're going up. So share the videos up, give someone some extra knowledge plus entertainment, because I know a lot of people be entertained and educated at the same time. I love it for you guys. So with that all being said, make sure you turn on your post notifications. That's the last step you gotta do, but you gotta subscribe to turn on your post notifications. So you gotta go, the two go hand in hand. So do that for me. Make sure you watch the ads. Make sure you do God's work. May God direct you guys. May God just direct you guys and make you guys just go and spread the news to the people, to the right people. Okay, so with that being said, I will see y'all in the next video. Y'all stay blessed. Bye.
Hey Zuma, you taking off?